My wife got furious when I got a paternity test for my son who doesn't look like me, so she filed for divorce. Now she's really testing our marriage because she won't even spend Christmas nor my birthday with me. It all began a few months ago, and I'll be honest, it still feels like the beginning of some terrible nightmare I can't wake up from. I've been married to my wife for over a decade, 12 years in fact, and in those years we've built a life, a family. 3 kids, our oldest, our youngest, and our middle child who, if I'm being completely honest, made me question everything. I know that sounds awful to say, but that's how it started. It wasn't something I intended to let fester, but one thing led to another. My oldest and youngest, they look like me. It's obvious. I'm sure you can relate if you've ever seen a child and just known they're yours. There's a resemblance, a shared feature in their eyes or their smile. But then there's my middle child. He's different. Not just a little, but a lot. No shared traits, no family resemblances that anyone could point to. At first, I chalked it up to just one of those things. Maybe I was overthinking it, but as time went on, it nagged at me. Something about the way people would comment about how much he looked like his grandfather, her side of the family, didn't sit right with me. It was as if everyone was too quick to dismiss it as coincidence. And I wanted to let it go, but I couldn't. I started wondering, what if I wasn't his father after all? I convinced myself that if I didn't do something about it, this feeling would drive me mad. I wasn't even sure what the right answer was, but I knew I needed peace of mind. That's when I decided to get a paternity test. I never expected it to spiral into something that would unravel my entire life, but that's exactly what happened. When I brought it up to my wife, I thought she would understand. After all, if she had nothing to hide, why would she be upset? But she wasn't just upset. She was furious. She exploded at me, calling me out for doubting her, for questioning her loyalty. In that moment, I realized I had crossed a line. I tried to defend myself, tried to explain how I'd been feeling, but nothing seemed to make sense to her. She accused me of implying that she had cheated, which wasn't what I meant at all. All I wanted was to know the truth. Was that so wrong? Even after I got the test results, which came back confirming that the middle child was mine, the damage was done. She was beyond furious. She packed up the kids and went to her parents' house, telling me that she couldn't even look at me the same way. She said she was considering divorce, that my pride and suspicion had broken something irreversible between us. That I had hurt our son, making him question his place in the family. I never thought about it like that. I hadn't meant to hurt him, but clearly I had. Days turned into weeks and she refused to speak to me. I didn't know what to do. I was willing to try and make it right, to fix what I had broken. But she wouldn't hear it. I tried apologizing, but she refused to even look at me, let alone engage in a conversation. She told me that I had made my bed and now I had to lie in it. Every time I tried to reach out, she pulled further away as if she was locking me out of her heart. Then came Christmas. I don't know why I thought it would be different, but I convinced myself that maybe, just maybe, we could still salvage something. I asked her if we could all spend Christmas together, the whole family. Her response was a cold refusal. She said she'd split the day, that I could see 2 of the kids but not the third. Not the middle one, the one who I had hurt, the one who now seemed like a symbol of everything that had gone wrong. I tried everything I could think of to make her understand. I even went so far as to beg her to reconsider. It wasn't about me. It was about us, about the family we used to be. But she didn't see it that way. She said that our son deserved to be with someone who didn't make him feel unwanted, that I had broken something in him by doubting his place in this family. She said he didn't want to see me, that he didn't even want to spend Christmas with me, and that was it. There was no room for negotiation. No room for hope. I didn't know what to do. I wasn't ready to lose everything. I still believed that if I could just get her to see my side, if I could show her that I never meant to hurt anyone, then maybe we could fix this. Maybe I could fix this. But as time went on, I started to feel like a stranger in my own home, like the life I had built was slipping through my fingers, and there was nothing I could do to stop it. Even on my birthday, I tried to make things right. I asked her to have dinner with me, to sit down and just talk. But she refused again. She wouldn't even spend a few hours with me on my birthday. And when I asked if we could work things out, if we could talk about what had happened, she simply shut me down. It wasn't just her that was pushing me away anymore. The kids weren't speaking to me either. They didn't understand what had happened, and frankly, I didn't either. I thought they'd see that I was trying to fix things, that I was still their father and I still loved them. But nothing worked. The silence between us was deafening. The weeks turned into months. I found myself facing a reality I hadn't anticipated. A divorce. She made it clear she wanted one. She wasn't interested in reconciliation, and every time I tried to talk to her, it was like she built a wall between us. My mother told me to give her space, that I needed to let her process everything in her own time, that maybe someday she'd come around. My father, on the other hand, was furious with me. He sided with my wife, blaming me for ruining everything, for being too stubborn, for not just letting things go. I felt like I was losing everything, and the worst part was, I didn't even know how to fix it. All I wanted was for things to go back to how they used to be, for us to be a family again. But every time I reached out, it felt like I was pushing her further away. Every time I thought I was getting closer to understanding, I was just reminded of how far apart we had become. It's been months since everything started unraveling, and I'm still here hoping for something, anything, that might give us a chance. But I'm not sure if that chance is even possible anymore.